You know, we were been tracking Hurricane Sally this morning, officially making landfall. But guys, I want to show you this video here behind me. This was coming off the coast yesterday, and this is why we encourage folks, you know, of course, not to be heading out during one. Yeah, look at this boat. It just completely flips over. The good news is here, the guy that was in this actually is okay. But gosh, that video, yeah. So Hurricane Sally becoming a Category 2 storm through the overnight hours, and people from Alabama to the Florida Panhandle are bracing for more than 2 feet of rain. ABC's Elin Lopez is in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi with the latest.
Sally strengthens as she inches ashore.
Oh my God!
Forecasters warn the slow motion of this storm will bring historic life-threatening flash floods. Flood alerts stretching nearly 700 miles along the Gulf Coast. More than 10 feet of storm surge expected to slam low-lying areas between Biloxi and Pensacola. Already hammering Florida. Wind gusts toppling trees, rain tearing docks apart. This barge crashing into a bridge, knocked loose by heavy winds. And in Alabama, floodwaters cut off roads, trapping people riding out the storm.
We literally have water coming in the windows and the door, and he's having to hold the door shut to keep it flowing open.
An angry gust and knocking power out in Gulf Shores. And in just 24 hours, the slow pace of this storm could bring 4 months of rain.
I think everybody on the Gulf Coast just needs everybody's prayers because there's going to be a lot of damage.
Unlike Laura, we're not expecting Hurricane Sally to move through quickly. And the issue with that is that it will bring flash floods and life-threatening storm surge to coastal areas and perhaps affecting people for days to come. In Bay St. Louis, Elin Lopez, ABC News.
Wow, and seeing those videos coming out from down there, just I can't imagine what they're going through.
You know, and there's a lot of folks that vacation here or even have transplanted down there after retirement from this region. And, you know, I was seeing some posts and just saying, if it's a fast hurricane, it's one day, it's one thing. But when this thing stalls out and you have to deal with it for multiple days, it's completely different. And this morning, that hurricane making landfall in Gulf Shores, Alabama, to the day. It's 16 years since Hurricane Ivan also made landfall in Gulf Shores, Alabama. This morning, making landfall, Hurricane Sally is a Category 2 hurricane, maximum sustained winds 105 miles per hour. That eye slowly moving on shore from Foley to Gulf Shores and starting to move to the north and east. Guys, these are radar estimates of how much rain has already fallen. Last 24 hours, 20 inches of rain, if you can believe that, and recorded wind gust of over 105 miles per hour. We'll continue to track Sally here to the north and east. Still a very slow moving storm, and the biggest impacts, yes, we talk about winds over 100 miles per hour. That's over a very small area, but when you're talking about the flooding, the storm surge along the coast, but then inland, and you're talking about feet of rainfall, you're talking about catastrophic flooding in some of these areas, the Florida Panhandle and into South Alabama. Good news for us, it's going to stay away from our region, but we'll have more on that local forecast. Big cool down in store for us. Details coming up in just a few minutes.